Hey everyone, I'm going to go ahead and do a video over assignment 4 and the somewhat of the final assignment 2. Just a quick thing. Every time I make one of these videos, I try to help out another student, and I was sent 2 other students mini tabs before I decided to help this student. But if you have your revenue cut that only goes to like 2013, 2015, 2017 because your variables weren't long enough, I highly suggest that you email the professor, because according to assignment 4, we have to forecast revenue 8 periods. So that's the end of 2020. So if your variables only go to 2013, 14, 15, whatever, I would think you would have to forecast it more so that it ended with 2020 as well as the revenue. But I'm not for sure. So like I said, you need to probably email the professor and find out what to do. Alright, so let me get started here. Okay. So I created a new worksheet. Let me delete these. I'm gonna cut this one, paste it right here. Okay. So I created a new worksheet, okay? We have the revenue and the 2 variables. But notice you have to add back that last data entry of revenue that we had taken out before for assignment 2 and 3. You need to add it back now. But now the variables don't add up, right? So these are the forecasts that were most reliable that we found in assignment 3. So I take the most reliable. For this case, the double exponential method was better for both the variables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first forecasted number and I'm going to add it to the bottom of these so that all the data here lines up. Because our variables don't go to 9/30/2018 like we found in assignment 2 and 3, we put the first forecasted value in there, okay? So, sorry, ignore me, my phone's blowing up at the same time. Okay, anyways, so to begin, I'm gonna kind of bounce around here because I have to also remember what all I did. Okay, so I've got, it's not Target. We are doing MetLife. So I've got a Word document up to start the assignment 4. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a time series plot of the revenue. Time series revenue. Make sure, select. Make sure you go to time scale and then it's on quarter year. And then start with number 1 in the year that your revenue starts. So I've got my time series plot of revenue coming up. Ooh, it's all the way down here. So I'm going to take time series plot, copy, paste to my Word document. Now you don't have to format yours the same way I do, but I think it looks better, and I followed one of the examples that I showed. So then we're also going to do the time series plot of revenue, and then we go to autocorrelation, do the number of lags is 50, select revenue again, make an autocorrelation for revenue, and we're going to paste it here. Ignore my formatting ways, I like it all neat. So below that, I'm going to pull up mine to make sure I'm doing it the exact same way I did mine. So from here, you're going to input what you said about the revenue previously in assignment 2. Okay, so I actually have this student's assignment. Let me see if I can do this without y'all knowing all his business. Okay, we're going to minimize that. So what I would do is I'm just going to go right here to what he said about his revenue, and I'm going to paste it. Let's not make it red though. Okay, so you have your basic, whatever you said in assignment 2 about your revenue. However, anyways, sorry. However, you need to add more. Add more. Add more. Follow the example posted in group. It should be, like mine, a good chunk here, because you also are going to use this space to, God, look, I'm already ahead of myself, y'all. Some of my friends over here got me messed up stressing about this. Okay, so you add what you said in assignment 2 about revenue. Okay, let me just delete this because I got sidetracked. So you add what you said about revenue from assignment 2, but then you're also going to state, here, is hypothesis correct? I probably should just start this whole video over. It's real life, y'all. Real life stress. Okay, whatever. I don't have anything other than tell you, because you just need to add more and follow the example. the example posted in the group. That's all I've got. I mean, I don't, besides writing it for you, I don't know how else to explain it. So anyways, now we're going to get to the hard part of the assignment. So we're going to reopen Minitab. Now, you have to look at this time series plot, okay? In order to explain these different, let me see if I can, right here. In order to explain these significant make it red. These significant jumps right here. So from here to here, I'm just editing the color when I do this so that y'all can actually see it. I wish I could figure out how to get it to save this way, but I'm not sure. So these significant jumps in the revenue, you know, it goes kind of crazy. Like it's all steady here, and then it starts going psycho. This is why we create this is why we are creating the dummy variables. Okay? So you need to mark, just like I showed you. If you don't know how to put in a line, it took me a while. It's right here at the top. That's how you draw a line. Took me a while to figure that out. Went through like 4 or 5 lectures just to figure out how we added a line. Anyways, we need to create dummy variables that will help take out the seasonality and explain the revenue. So we see that this dot right here there we go. Why is it not telling me the okay. See, we can see like from this dot by just hovering over it that this is the first quarter of 2009. And it started before that. So I'm going to say the last quarter of 2008. Yep, right there. Last quarter of 2008. So that would be 12/31/2008. So we're going to start by showing a variable, making a dummy variable that would explain these. So the first significant change is the very end of 2008 to what's here. Sorry, my thing's being stupid. It's not wanting to tell me where this is at. Okay, so to the third quarter of 2011. So we're just going to name this dummy variable 1. Okay, so I'm going to go to the third quarter, which is 9/30/2011, and I'm going to enter a 1 all the way until the last quarter of 2008, like the graph showed. So right there, 12/31/2008. Okay, then we see it happens again here, which is the last quarter of 2016 until, what is this? The second quarter of 2018. So last quarter 2016, $12.30/2016. I'm going to go down to the second quarter of 2018. This is the second or the third? Let's double check. Oh man, I just had moved my mouse too much. Yeah, second quarter. Okay, so go down to the second quarter. Now, I'm going to go ahead and keep that a 1 as well. But you can't have all of these being stars. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a 0 instead of a 1. And I'm just going to copy that all the way up until I get to the next one. I'm going to skip the 1s, add a 0. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I have my nephews and they were coming in to complain about Xbox. So anyways, so we're going to continue adding zeros where there are little stars for no data. Oh, and we're just going to take it all the way up. Okay. Now, for mine, and you'll see in some of the lectures if you watch them, I had to use 2 dummy variables, but I'm going to show you why. So, you're going to go to stat regression, bit regression model. We're going to add, why is it not? Bit regression model. Oh, it is there. Okay. So under categorical predictors, we're going to add the dummy variable. Now you need to go to cancel model, cancel graphs, nope, results, right here. Under results, you need to add the Durbin-Watson statistic. Okay, we go to OK. Now ideally, if you have 4 variables, you know, the federal debt, mortgage debt, and dummy variable, plus another dummy variable, it's supposed to be about 1.59. For 3, I believe, Lord, I don't even remember, hold on. Let's go to doc sharing, course slides. It is under move more. It's under regression slides revised. Almost positive it's under here at least. Okay, right here. So, if you have 3 variables, which this is what he has, you have to also look at how many data entries you have. So he has 75. Okay. So for 3 data variables under K3, under 75, ideally, his Durbin-Watson should be 1.54. We are at 1.34. So not ideal. Okay. So what you can do and he explains this a lot in the lectures, okay? Let me double check something real quick. Yeah. Okay. What you can do is you can square or square root one of your variables, or both, really. So we're going to calc. We're going to put this in C6. Let's square this variable, federal debt withheld by the public. So in order to square it, you have to times it by itself. Okay? So notice it dramatically changes. So square federal debt. Let's see what it did to our regression. We're going to take out the federal debt and we're going to add the squared federal debt. Okay. So that lowered it. That's not what we want. So that's not going to work. So we're going to delete it. You literally have to just keep going through and figuring it out. So calc, go with C6. Let's do the square root. I'm going to go over here, click square root, select. Let's do federal debt. Okay. So here's the square root. So square root federal debt. Let's run it again, see if it gets any better. It's much like assignment 2. So we're going to add mortgage debt and our squared federal debt and our dummy variable as a categorical predictor. Okay. Our Durbin-Watson statistic got higher. It's 1.44. Now, originally, keep in mind, it was 1.34. Okay, so now it's 1.44. So let's try to raise it some more. Let's do the same thing with mortgage debt. So we're going to calculator. This time we're going to add it to C7 because that's empty. And we're going to square root mortgage debt. This is square root mortgage. Okay, let's run a regression again. See if we can get it any higher. Take out mortgage debt. Add the square root of mortgage debt. Okay. That raises it to 1.45. So it might be that either we need to change the dummy variable and add some extra ones, or maybe we need a whole new dummy variable. So let's just try adding some more ones. Let's go back to time series plot of revenue. Okay. Notice all right here, we didn't put ones before. So up until the last quarter of 2008 right here, revenue was pretty steady. So changing all of our dummy variables to 1 because of all of this craziness right here, may help us a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this 1 and take it all the way up to replace all those zeros that we did and end it right here at the last quarter of 2008. Now let's see if that changed anything. Let's try it again. Oh, it lowered it. Okay. So we're going to edit. Oh, well, I guess I can't edit. Where's my time series plot going? Come back here. Oh, wrong one. This one. Okay, so we're going to edit it back. And we're going to what? Take it, put these zeros back between 2011 and 2016. Let's try that. Let's go 0. Put it back. Now he said in his lecture that it didn't have to be exactly the same as the Durbin-Watson statistic chart. Because like I said, because of the 75 data points that he has and the 3 variables, it should be 1.54. But the professor said just to get close. Not that he was going to count off if it wasn't. It just has a lot to do with, how do I explain, like whether or not it's reliable. So we change those back. We're going to go regression, fit regression model again. Same thing. Okay. Oh my god. Not went up too far. What the heck happened? Okay, well, since now it went up too far, let me change some of these back. It's literally just, I don't know how to, it's a guessing game. Let's run it again. All I did was add some 1s. Oh, now it's 1.53. And all I did was just put some 1s back until the end of 2011. So I'm going to leave it as it is. It's at 1.53. It only needs to be at 1.54. So we're just going to leave it, okay? But you can see that it only brings the R-squared adjusted up to 83%. So the p-values are 0. R-squared is 83. The t-values are significant. VIF is still under 5, but it only explains 83.83% of the revenue, which is not ideal. He wants it at like 90 something. So what we can do, what I did with mine, let's see if it works. For this, I'm going to insert a column right here. I'm going to do dummy variable 2. So what he did, because he did mine on a lecture, okay, is we are going to, on the dummy variable, everywhere where there's a 0 on dummy variable 1, we're going to put a 1 on the dummy variable 2. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this up. Those are all zeros, so dummy variable 2 is going to be nothing but 1s. Where there's 1s, I'm going to put 0. And add a 1 again. bring it down. Then I'm going to add zeros. Okay, so stat, regression, fit regression model. Now under, I'm going to add the dummy variable 2. Durbin-Watson statistic is still 1.53. Oh, see, it didn't change anything for y'all. This is a lot harder to explain in a video than I thought I was going to be able to. I'm just going to delete it. I mean, I'm no rocket scientist. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. The Durbin-Watson statistics where we want it, but my R-squared adjusted is about 96. So I'm going to go ahead for the sake of the video and copy and paste this into, well, actually I'm going to do this one because this one only has the first dummy variable, into the Word document. But you may want to check and see if the R-squared value needs to be 90 something. I could very well be wrong. So I'm just going to control copy it. We're going to paste it to our document right here. Now this is just me being particular about how things look on a document. Okay. So anyways, so we're going to add that. Now what we do need to do is we're going to rerun it, but do the square root of both category predictor. We need to store the fits and the residuals. So okay. Now we have our fits and residuals over here. Okay. We have our regression that shows that the Durbin-Watson statistics is super close to 1.54. So now on your Word document, oh my goodness, I have too many open. You're going to write add a paragraph explaining regression. You need to mention t-values, p-values, VIF, and the Durbin-Watson statistic. So it's the same thing that we did for assignment 4. Statistic. Not for assignment 4. For assignment 2. Except for now, you're also going to state, yeah, I got the Durbin-Watson statistic really close to what it needed to be. You know, it needed to be 1.54. It's at 1.53 with our dummy variable to explain fluctuations in revenue. We square rooted, you know, variables, whatnot. So you also need to explain square root of variables. Okay, so we're going to go back to the mini tab. Now we have our fits and residuals from the regression model. Okay, so this needs to be squared fits. This needs to be squared residuals. Okay. So we're going to calculator. We're going to put it in the squared fits. What we're going to do is we're going to do fits times fits. Okay. Now with the residuals, we're going to do the same thing. Calc. We're going to put it in the squared residuals. And we're going to do residuals times residuals. Okay. Now you need to run a regression model on these. So you do regression, fit regression model. We're going to do the squared residuals as the responses, and the squared fits as the predictor. I'm going to take the category predictor off. Okay, now we can turn off stores, fits, and residuals for that one. Now, okay. This really just determines the reliability. So, we are going to take this copy. Where's it at? Paste. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. So we're going to make it smaller again. Single spacing because I'm a weirdo. Okay. Now some of this doesn't have to go on there. So you need to stop it at the coefficients. So all of this, we're just going to delete that. Okay, this is all you need of the squared fits and residuals. Then you're going to mention squared fits t-value, because this represents heterodacity or not. Okay. So from my understanding, if the t-value is above 1.96 of squared fits, that means heterodacity is present. So since it's below, we're going to put heterodacity not present. Okay? Just so they know. Okay? Then you're going to add, we need to stat time series plot. We're going to do the residuals from the regression model. Copy, paste. We're also going to run an autocorrelation, time series, autocorrelation of the residuals. Okay. Copy, paste. Now I'm telling y'all, I don't know how many times I have to stress this. If you look at the examples that I have posted in our GroupMe groups and you follow along with it, this is all pretty self-explanatory. And you can see, now both those students got A's. So I chose the one that is, I don't know, set up better where I think it's more legible. It's completely up to you which one you want to follow. But, you know, if she stated that the t-value was under 1.96, so she didn't have heterodacity, I knew that because mine was over, it did. So it's just kind of back and forth, back and forth. Either it's going to be the same or it's going to be different. so on and so forth. So we have that. Now we need to predict our revenue. So we went 9 times. We did 9 predictions or 9 forecasts of both of our variables. But that was because we had the extra data of revenue for 9/30/2018. So for our revenue, we're only going to predict 8. So we go to regression, predict. We're going to do revenue. We're going to change it to enter columns of values. So this is squared federal debt, square root of mortgage, and our dummy variable. Okay. We're going to storage. We don't need prediction limits. We do need confidence. You need the, I don't think you need the predicted fits. We'll keep it just in case. Options. Nope. Results. Storage. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So now you have, you need the confidence limits. You have the predicted fits, standard error. I don't think we need all that, but we're going to keep it anyways. So we go to OK. OK. Now, the what the hell? Okay, I did something wrong here. Delete. Stat, regression, predict. It should have been only 8. Prediction table, maybe. Okay, maybe we needed the prediction table. I don't know why it's giving us so many fits. Oh my god. Okay, I know what I did wrong. My bad. It's very hard for me to do my whole assignment and remember what I did to turn around and make y'all a video. Okay, so we need to only do the predict on the forecast values. So since we took the square root of federal debt and the square root of mortgage for our regression model, we need to square root the forecast that we also had. So we're going to do square root forecast. Square root what? Fed forecast. Then we're going to do intercolumn. Then we're going to do the square root of mortgage outstanding forecast. And then we also need to forecast the dummy variable. So, because the dummy variable ended in 1, we need to just keep it going with 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Now we only need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I think that's 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8. Okay. Now, because we entered in these right here, we're going to delete these. Delete, delete. Because those square roots are already right here. So we're going to go to Calc, Calculator. We're going to store it in the square root fed forecast. And we're going to do square root of forecast. Okay. Now, we don't need it all the way at the bottom, so we're just going to delete these. So they're back up top. Now, Calc, do it again, but we're going to put it for the other variable, and we're just going to change this to mortgage outstanding forecast. Okay, now we don't need all these. We're just going to delete cells. Okay, so now you have your 4 or your 3 forecasted variables up here. They're all 8, right? So then, my bad. Then we go to regression, fit regression model. Or no, not stat regression, regression predict. Okay, we're gonna go to revenue. So for squared federal debt, we do the squared federal forecast, square root mortgage forecast, and the forecast of the dummy variable. Now we press OK. Let me scoot over here. So these fits, see there's only 8 of them now. These are your forecast revenue. This is your revenue forecast, okay? So we're going to copy these. I don't want to cut them because I'm going to need them later. And I'm going to add I didn't want it over there. We're just going to use this one. This is going to be our revenue forecast. Okay. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I'm going to paste it here after the revenue ends. Okay. So then I have stat, time series plot, multiple. We're going to do revenue and the revenue forecast. Okay. Ta-da! We're going to go to our Word document. We're going to paste it. And then beside it, we're going to insert a little table. We don't need it this big, my lord. I'm going to insert a row above. Okay, so we're going to have the We're going to bold it. This is going to be, let me change it back to black. This is going to be the date. This is going to be, dang it, black. The revenue forecast. We can probably make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so our revenue stops at 9/30/2008. Okay, so the next date would be 12/31/2018. Then the next one would be 3/31/2019. 6/30/2019. 12/31/2019. 3/31/2020. Oh, you know what? I skipped one. My bad. This needs to be 9/30/2019. 12/31/2019. 3/31/2020. 6/30/2020. And then 9/30/2020. Now I'm going to make this all black because it's stuck on red. I'm going to take my forecasted values right here, and I'm going to copy them, and I'm going to paste them to my chart. Paste. Well, that did not work out. I'm going to have to individually put them in. I don't know why this Word document's being stupid. Okay, 18157.2. 18322.9. This is just the forecasted variables, or the forecasted revenue that I got. I'm just adding it to the Word document for assignment 4. 18975.5. I think I missed one. Hold on. I did. 18813.9. Now I was able to just copy and paste this, so I don't know why it's being stupid right now. Whatever. I want to turn it black. Okay. So now you have your revenue forecast, you have your revenue time series of the revenue and the forecast values. So then I think that's it. Oh no. We need to plot. Go over here. Okay. The reason why I didn't take out these spits. These spits, like I said, are your revenue forecast. The CLIM 1, or the CLIM and the CLIM 1, that's your upper and lower limits. So we need to stat time series plot, multiple. We need to choose the fits, the upper limit, the lower limit. So fits, CLIM 1, or CLIM 1. Okay, press OK. Now you can see that the fits are between the 95% confidence limits. So that means it's confident. The forecast is confident. So we add that down here. Oh, well, I forgot to add that you are. You need to write a few sentences about the forecasting method, reliability, the MAPE, if you know it or if you can find it, that it meets the 95% confident level, etc. So then part of assignment 4, is also the company pro planning template thing. So I'm going to minimize this for right now. Okay, bring this up. Let's go to assignment 4. Okay, it says you have to show your pro forma strategic plan. Follow the directions there. Right here, you should suggest at least 2 ideas relative to improving. Here, let me see. You should suggest at least 2 ideas relative to improving the company performance relative to net incomes, earning per share, and share prices. These suggestions may be cost or revenue based on some combination of both. Okay, so in our Word document, we add some sentences about the company pro forma plan and 2 suggested plans of increasing net income. So for the pro forma plan, you need to have not this one. This one's company revenues. My bad. You need to have the okay. Anyways, so it's on the company 10K report Excel sheet. I have mine downloaded. You might need to go to the doc sharing. Okay, so you need to go here. You need to find your company. This is MetLife. So we're going to take this. First of all, we're going to change this to MetLife MET, that's their stock. Then you're going to take from here down, you're going to copy, and you're going to paste. Go. Paste. Now you do have to, well, maybe I shouldn't have used mine. Here, we'll download it again because I took some stuff off of mine. Let's go to content, doc sharing, company 10K reports. me download it. Okay. So, once again, we're going to go over to where we can find, well, I think we passed it. Yeah. MetLife, right here. We're going to copy all this. Copy. Paste. Oh, enable editing. Oh, why this thing's being stupid. Ugh. Okay. Copy everything. Copy. Paste. So, you have all your info. Now, you can see right here where he says you supply this. So you have to look up your company's stock price. You also have to input your company's revenue forecast. So we're going to go back to our Word document. We're going to take these, we're going to copy. We're just going to paste them right here. Paste. Now we got to look up the company's stock price. So we're going to go to MetLife stock price. See right there, it's $42.50 right now on March 27th. So right here where it says stock price, we're going to put in 42.50. Now that's about it. So now we take, you need to put in the industry right there. So now we take this, and we're going to copy it all the way down to the PE ratio. Control C, copy, and paste it right there. Now it pastes all stupid, so we're just going to undo that. You can paste it as a picture. There we go. So I'm going to format it so that it's easable to read. Easier, at least. Ta-da! Now, once you fill in, what is this stuff doing? Oh my god! I don't know why it's like this. Jesus. Can I just... This is weird, y'all. I don't know what's going on with my stupid document here. I'm gonna make it smaller. Looks stupid. Okay, anyways. So after you add the pro forma sheet, you're done. So that's it. Seems like a lot, but it's really not. It's not that bad. That's pretty much it. Let me... Okay. Now, let me go over, now that we've done that, let me go over the final assignment. Okay? So you can mark this an hour and 4 in. You can mark that. Now I'm talking about the final. Okay. So I'm just going to go over this real quick. Like I said, you can follow the examples I posted, but you have to have like the executive summary, project objective. You're going to have to wing those, however you feel should be your summary or your objective or whatever. But you have to include right here, methodology comes from the methodology that we put, hypothesis, and the rationale for both your variables. Those come from assignment 1 or 2 as well. They require a little bit more explanation. On your hypothesis, you also need to make sure that your formula now includes your dummy variables. So it's kind of 1 and 4 combined. Then you need to explain your dummy variable. So, revenue right here peaked. So we had to create a dummy variable to explain it. Okay. You include your regression analysis. And this is from assignment 2. It's whatever he wrote. From assignment 2, you just add your regression analysis with your original variables, your original regression. See, I put this is correct, no need to change it. Then you explain the variables. This is from assignment 2 as well. This is your time series plot and your scatter plot of your data, of your variables, their explanations, the correlation, the explanation. That's all from assignment 2. Then you have your forecasts that you need to list from assignment 3. Now you only list right here on your final project the ones that you found the most reliable, like the ones that you chose. So for this instance, both of the best forecast came from the double exponential method. So from assignment 3, you just copy and paste all of that. Super easy. But you need to include the MAPE and the RMSE. Now in order to find RMSE, let's go to PowerPoint real quick. So RMSE is the sum of your residuals from whatever forecast method. So in order to find the RMSE for the double exponential forecast for that variable, I had to make sure that I reran it to save the residuals, to make sure I had the right residuals. And you do sum residuals times residuals, and then divided by the number of value inputs. So for his, he had 75, if you remember. So that's how you find RMSE. Pretty simple. Do the same thing for your other variable. Everything from assignment 2. And then you need to explain that the dummy variable does not require a forecast method, because we just continue on with what, the 0 or the 1 that we left off with, because it's a dummy variable. It doesn't actually need to be forecasted. Now we're going to delete that. How do I edit this table? I wonder if I can edit this table. I just want to delete this whole column. Anyways, he's going to have to delete this. But under that, after you've explained all your variables, you need to include all the forecast values. Okay? Then your company forecast regression model. This is assignment 4. So everything that I posted for his assignment 4, let me just gonna double check something. Okay. Starting after, God, that's mine. Okay, starting after the revenue, because that's already posted. So we're gonna go from regression analysis down. All of this, Control C, needs to be pasted here. Just like that. So then you have your company pro forma plan. You have your sentences about it. Then we're going to copy the pro forma plan. We're going to paste it here. Underneath this, you need to add sentences about your first plan of increased net income, then apply it and paste pro forma from net income down. Then add the second plan. Sentences, pro forma from net income down. Then both of them together. Both the first and the second. Applied. Sentences about it. And pro forma from net income down. And then your conclusion, which is self-explanatory. You also need to include, at the very end, your data appendix. This is where you need to paste in columns all of your data inputs from your revenue and both your original variables. So, for instance, this is what mine looks like. And like I said, mine is like not a mirror copy of the example, but I set mine up the same way that I knew somebody else had gotten an A on. So just follow the example and you'll do just fine. Well, I don't have references though. I don't know why I added that. Oops. Anyways, so that's about it. It's really not that hard. Follow the example and you should be just fine. Okay, let me know if y'all have problems. Bye.